Welcome to another session of Drop the Word with Tony Westbrook.
2014 is gone, baby. 2015 is smiling at your face. I just want to take this time to encourage you. No matter what you've been through this year, no matter what struggle, what challenge you face, I want to let you know you went through too much and invested too much to give up now. If you endure and just keep going, I guarantee 2015, God has blessings for you just waiting if you don't give up. I'm pretty sure you heard this fighter by the name of Mike Tyson, a young boy who grew up in upscale New York, lived in detention homes, and had a troubled life. But Mike was the most notorious, dangerous fighter to ever step into the ring. Mike would come into the ring with these black shorts and these black boots, no socks on, and a towel wrapped around his neck. And Mike would even intimidate fighters before the fight even started. And Mike Tyson was knocking out everybody. Anybody who stepped in the ring, Mike Tyson was just knocking out. And it was known that if you was going to see a Mike Tyson fight, you better get there before the second or third round, because Mike was knocking people out before the fifth round. I mean, if you was going to see a Mike Tyson fight, you better got there early, because Mike was dropping everybody. He was just that dangerous. Then was this guy by the name of Buster Douglas, a no-name. Buster Douglas wasn't even supposed to fight Mike Tyson. He wasn't even on the card. It was one of those fill-in fights where until Mike fight the big fight, Holyfield or somebody, that they gave him Buster Douglas. And Mike never clued who this guy was. And all of a sudden, Buster Douglas came out of nowhere. And the story was that Buster Douglas' mother was at her beauty salon, and she was telling all the women in the salon that my son is going to knock out Mike Tyson. My son is going to win, he's going to knock out Mike Tyson. And Buster would say, Mom, chill. You know, this is Mike Tyson. I mean, Mom, I'm fighting Mike. Chill, Mom. You know, I'm fighting the champ. Mom said, nah, baby, you're going to knock out Mike Tyson. And she just kept putting that in her son's head. 23 days before the fight, Buster Douglas' moms died. And Buster Douglas walks into the ring with that memory what his mom said, you're going to knock out Mike Tyson. And Buster Douglas walked into the ring. And in the portion of the fight, Mike brutalized Buster Douglas and knocks him completely down. And Buster Douglas is down on the ground. The ref looks at Buster and says, hey, son, you want to quit? I mean, he's about to knock you out. You're about to get hurt. Or do you think you can go on? And Buster Douglas laid there on the ground. He looked up. He said to himself, I can go on. And he told him, I can make it. And he started in his mind that my mom told me I would knock Mike Tyson out. And Buster Douglas got off to the ground, shook out the cobwebs, and went back in the ring. He took some blows, but Buster Douglas did something that the world was not expecting. Buster Douglas shocked the boxing world by knocking out Mike Tyson. No one was ever expecting Buster Douglas to knock out Mike Tyson. He did the unbelievable. He knocked out Mike Tyson and knocked him completely out. Why? He got off the canvas. He didn't give up, and he endured to the end. And you know what? The funny thing about all of this, after Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson, everybody was knocking out Mike Tyson, because they looked at the fight and they realized if you're going to fight Mike Tyson, the only thing you have to do is endure. If I can outlast Mike Tyson, I can beat Mike Tyson. And in life, sometimes we need to learn how to outlast the problems we're going through, how to endure the struggles or whatever you're going through in life, and don't give up too easily. When Buster Douglas was on the canvas and he was laying there, I can imagine in his mind he said, so much was given for me to be here. I put in too much to enter into this fight. My mother went to the grave believing that I can beat this guy. I gotta get up. And Buster Douglas got up from off the canvas, shook off the cobwebs, and shocked the world and did what the world was not expecting to do. Why? He was able to endure, and he outlasted Mike Tyson and beat Mike Tyson. Some things in life need to learn how to outlast. Don't you realize too much was given for you to be here? You invested too much to be here. You are here today because you didn't give up. So as we enter 2015, baby, you need to understand that you have things you need to do, and things need to be accomplished, and things will be accomplished, and you will not give up, and you will not quit. For the race is not given to the swift or the strong, but those who endure. And what does the scripture say? We rejoice in suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. God has great plans for you in 2015. If you don't give up, if you don't quit, and you hang on to the end. I know you can do it, baby. I just want to encourage you, 2015 is all yours. You invested too much. See you then.